glad to see you here. So at the very first beginning, let's get to sharing in here. So at the very first thing is this, the Bounty Quick Size Paper Towel, the one I always get able to use and also get able to handling up in here too. They have such a really nice and fantastic roll in here. You know, this is something really thick, and since like I have already using it, half of it, so you can tell with the normal one, it's not like such a big roll. So I keep on using it every single day, and also I was always getting able to do, and also getting able to, you know, working up in here too. So you can check with this entire material. I also get a separate piece in there too. You can just get able to checking out in here to tell, and also you can feel with this one too. You can touch with this entire material. This is really thick, right? And another really important thing, that is the one when you are ever using, you can get some more waters. So I get to get absorbed in here really nice and fast. You can try to get some waters in there. You can check it's spreading up really so fast. So you can use it to wiping onto your table, you know, to getting in another one to use, and also you can see after you get absorbing with some waters, and also after whipping it up, it start spreading it up a little bit like this. So it's more being able to use and also changing up and all of the main wall to do with that. And then you can trying to folding it up in here too. You know, to get absorbing with some oil, like the oil, and also somewhere like a soup or maybe like the broth, and somewhere like the liquids with the Bounty Quick Size Paper Towel will get such a really nice and great thing from it too. So if you got any more other questions, you can get to check on here, and also switching it in another side for that too. To get such a thick one, I always use it in my kitchen, and you know, in the past, my mom always asked me to get cleaning and also to wash some dishes. You know, this is quite common when we are just little. We have to do a lot more things like that. You know, so after that, you know, so for the normal requirement, when she's only asked about washing some dishes, I wash that. And then my mom will always ask me for another thing, which is, come on, Jessie, you have to, you know, when using somewhere like the mops, or maybe you know, with somewhere like the towel, to washing it, and also to whipping on the floor. No, I mean to whipping on the table. So you know, it's kind of get cleaning up, but for that towel, it's always make my hands, you know, with such as really like uncomfortable. So I prefer this one at all times, so it will get able to use and also changing it up at all times for that. So that you can have the Bounty Quick Size Paper Towel to using it, and also at the meantime to get it cleaning it up at all of the main wall. So if you guys do always just like it in here, remember to check on the carousel to see the details. And also, yeah, welcome my 7 viewers, welcome to my live stream. This is Jessie. Welcome to Jessie-best channel. If you just got any more interest about some items on Amazon, you can tell me about your favorite items and also your favorite print in there too, so that you can tell with me and also share with me together. Alright, this is my favorite Bounty. It got really nice price, and also got 8 rows to use at least for 4 to even, you know, with like around 5 months if possible. Sometimes it even reaches to 6 months, like half a year, to not getting any more like the Bounty Quick Size Paper Towel again. So it got a lot of more things in here, and also to whipping it, cleaning it up at all of the times for that, and also to changing it up with something what else need to do, and also need to remove some more wrinkles to be in there too. So it can have the Cold Air handheld steamer. The one still have the lightweight. It even looks kind of thick, but you know, you can tell with this one at first. So changing out at every time if you're just using, or maybe like changing all the time about in here. You can have these outlets in there too. You can plug it in, and you can see this is the cable management. It get attached itself. You do not need to get in another cable management again. And then you starting to do, and also have these Cold Air handheld steamer. Let's get to putting it on at all of the main wall. You can tell with this entire cable, it's really long in here. See, with this one, you can tell first and then with a second in here too, and then changing it in another way for that. So it will get able to plug it in here at first to get through with a lot of more things in there. If you get the lights, alright, it's telling you it's right now preheat right now. Yeah, so what you need to do is just to wait. And also, if you can't wait to get in for the time you want it to get through the steams, just to go on here and then you're starting to remove some more wrinkles in there. It spent around like 30 seconds to using that up so that you can click with this button for one time. So waiting a little bit time for that, and then until it's spin, it will just coming out in there too, so that we can checking it out. And also, if you're getting for it's enough power for it, you can get for the power on and off by clicking with this button at the same time. So you can tell with this entire, the water is just here, and see with all of the steams that they're able being going out. This is only for its normal mode. If you do not want it to use such a slow speed to get in for some steams with that, you can get with this one like the turbo mode. By clicking up here, you got another power button to get in for all of the steam, which is getting very fast to using up in there too. And also it's more being like changing to helping it up, to switching it up at all times with this Cool Air handheld steamer, which is always to be going and also getting on here with this together. So that's why it will get really nice and really helpful with this Cool Air handheld steamer. If you even got some more suits, where they are getting on the side, you are going to remove some more like the wrinkles, but you also want to getting, maybe like this part, you have to put it up tight so that you can use the grease line to getting through on some edges of the wrinkles in there. Greetings, Nate. Welcome to my live streaming. It's really glad to see you here. How are you feeling today, Nate? Every time it's really glad to. Welcome you to my live streaming this time. Welcome my 6 viewers also. Welcome to my live streaming. This is Jessie. So if you got any more questions in there, or maybe if you want to share with me, to talk with me together, you can always let me know so we can talk and also communicate in there together. Alright, so if you guys do always just like it in here, you can check on the carousel to see the details. Okay, next that I'm ready to rock and roll, so let's just get rock and roll with some Cool Air and how steamer, just kidding. It's really good to use it in here at every time to remove some more wrinkles. I don't know if you got some special suit, maybe like some t-shirts, or maybe with some of like the shirt, or maybe like the blouse to do like that. To get handling a lot of more times for that. With this Cool Air handheld steamer will also help you to remove some wrinkles. If you like to wear some, like the jeans, but it also gets some more like the wrinkles, you have to always, ways to remove that off. With this Cool Air handheld steamer will be a good one to use, and also to changing that up at all of them meanwhile. So just having this one to use and changing it all the time about it will be really good and fantastic. And it's lightweight so that we can lift it up really easy. And also you can change it every time if you wanted to. And then picking it out with another just really awkward stuff. That is my egg flow power station. I always taking this to go out with camping, and also if you are going for a road trip with your friends. With this egg flow power station will be always the really nice one to use, and also to handling it all the time about. So let me get my table, get a little bit down in here. So if you can still stay here, you can always let me know. If you can stay here, you can always get to tell me around it in here. Alright, so here is the one with the egg flow power station, the one I use to get a lot more power when it is almost going out to get through that. And also it got a really nice power, about 720 watts. So I will always scan for this one. It got its application, which you can scan in it for its, with QR code, so that let me turning it on with its application for that. So that you will get to know for this one together. Okay, I need a little bit time for my phone. It's kind of stopped in recent days. So we can get to do and also charging it at all times for that you have the power button in here. to turning it on at first, to getting for its entire power at first. It got its flow power station in here as well. So it's been more able to join up in here to getting for its entire power. If you want to know more close about every information about this, then you have the hours. If you're just charging in here, and also if we are trying to charging it into another devices. Let me get for its Type-C charging cable. Yeah, for this flow power station, we have a Type-C charging cable here that you do not need to get any outlets in here. So if you're just charging your phone, so we can check on here. See, it's charging right now. It's getting from my phone, charging in here, and you can tell with its time. It's starting to change for its time. And also, if you're starting wanting to go with my flow power station, which is getting for this, you can tell with this one to connecting it up in here, and make sure if you have already turned it on and also connecting with this Wi-Fi. If it is not connecting, it still shows up for the disconnected. You need, sorry for that, I clicked for the wrong one. The button which is lower down than this, you can check up in here long pressing until you hear it sounds. You get beep once for it sounds, and then you got connecting with its Wi-Fi. You find out the flow power station, its Wi-Fi as well, to helping it up at all of the meantime for that. Okay, I find out for that. So after you find out for its Wi-Fi, and then after this we need a little bit time for that. Okay, connected in here. So after connected in here, and also you need to refresh with this power station so that it will starting to connect now in here. By the way, yeah, okay, here we go. Here we got to starting charging up in here. So you know what, right now it's still lasting for the time. To tell you that it's still lasting 3 days and 13 hours using time after 4 charge. You know what, after you're using with this Type-C charging ports, if you even want to charging up with somewhere other devices, if you want to, you know, with charging with your iPad with the, you know, with USB charging ports, you can still using up in here. Let's try up to get in another cable. Now, if you're charging with the 2 devices, yeah, this is the normal 2, you know, with devices that I always charging it for. So you can tell right now it's still lasting 55 hours in there. It's still lasting 2 days and 6 hours in there. So that you have its entire application to tell you, and also get on its screen as well, and you can control it with the lights, which is getting for the SOS lights to getting up and low for all of its entire information in there too. You can have the Type-C charging port, 3 USB charging port. You have a fast charging. So if you wanted to get your fast charging cable with a fast charging port, you can still go with this, with the 8 flow power station. The light I have turning it on is with this button, right, that I have turning it on, and another one which you want to get for the DC outlets that still have its entire cable. So you can tell all this below, turning it on and off, it disappear. And if you wanted to get for your AC outlets in there together, see, with this one, with the right one, it still gets for the AC outlets in here. So when you're just charging, where maybe if you're getting somewhere like the other devices, or even if you wanted to charge with your phone with the outlets in here, you can turn it on with the AC outlets, and also no other information under here. Let me find it out in here. Okay, I'm placing it in the wrong way. So you can charge it up in here too. And then until your phone is keeping charging in here. So we have turned it off. So here we go. Here it's starting to charging up in here. So there you have a place to showing up with the AC outlets when you're just commanding with this 8 flow power station. So except a lot of more things that you're using, you can get to know with its entire information. You can controlling every power point that if you wanted to, getting for the light on and off, to changing, switching it up at all times. And then finally, you can just get a really happy charging always to go on you. Hello, sweetie, welcome to my live stream, and thank you so much for your following. Really appreciate that. How are you doing today, sweetie? So if you got any more questions, you can get able to tell, and also get able to You know, we chat with me together, right? You know, we're using a lot more things on that too. So you can have the egg flow power station to just help you to handling it up with every devices if you just wanted to. And the only thing with this firm you cannot control is with its entire button here. So if you wanted to do, you can turn it off with its, you know, like the AC outlets at first, and then to turn the power off. Okay, it's down to get together with this one with the egg flow power station. So if you do always just checking out in here, you can tell it up in this one. I used to tell my friends I'm ready to rock if you're ready to. Okay, I gotta understand Renette. It's definitely going to be funny, and also sometimes when you go out to go with your friends, it's definitely a good one for you, you know, Nate. You did a good job. And also enjoy the happy times with your friends. So what I have ever heard that it is always that you feel kind of, you know, with only yourself. So here's the way with the egg flow power station, and another really important thing you can use together with this. You know what the thing is, you can get for the egg flow power station to putting it in the kitchen. You know, in our kitchen we also do need to handle a lot of more things for us. Maybe a lot of more issues we need to handle, and also, you know, to help at every time. So always get for that egg flow power station will be a really nice and great thing when we just ever get to use, and also changing it all the time about. And then we can get to have some more other things for us when just need to do in the kitchen, you know, except for the egg flow power station. You can get a lot more other chargings, some more like the little stuffs in there. And the first thing I would like to share in the kitchen is my Fredo digital kitchen skull here. Now with its entire appearance, this one had a nice shape, or sometimes we can call it a kind of strange shape. Why? Because with this Fredo digital kitchen skull, the one will always get able to using it up. You will get this two together. You will get this stainless steel mixing bowls in here. You can hear it. You get a nice one, just like what we normally get a stainless steel mixing bowls that we need to, you know, with stirring, or maybe, you know, with washing some other like the veggies in there. You can do. Yeah, it can get separately in here, and also you can just get in for every ounces in there too. That the highest one is 1,500 mil. So checking it out in here. So it's more getting a lot of things in there too, and also getting for the 8 cup, for the 6 for the 6 cups in there too, which is getting 48 ounces. That you can check it out for some more like the liquids. If you want to get some more like, you know, what baking in there, you want to check in it with its entire ounces, you can tell with this one together. And also if you want to mashing for a lot more things, if you want to get for the recipe, if you want to get for the cake, like at that time when I'm doing about like a cake, I need to get for the, you know, with for the milk, for the cake flour for 300 grams. So the one I need to measure this, it is always get in here. So pizza in the kitchen sounds good. Yeah, pizza is always not bad. My friend have ever using for some more like to getting for some pizza, and also get some more like the pork, and also get for some bacon on it. It's so delicious, but I have not done it yet. So have you ever do some pizza, Nate? Is that easy to do, or maybe not good, not so hard, or maybe kind of hard to using for that? So get to stay with the Fredo digital kitchen skull if you want to know more things in there. Let me lower it down for my cable, so that you can get able to tell for its entire information on there too. Now you have a lot of more things on here that you need to do, and also you will get able to have it up in there together. Yeah, so that we can tell with this Fredo digital kitchen skull that we always get able to using it all the way up. You can check it out. Yeah, the one have the button to take out for the stainless steel mixing bowls for all of mixing. Yeah, 1,500 mil. Yeah, and then another one for 48 ounces. It's not so clean, but it's always been in here. So if we started to get all of the measurements in here too, make sure it will get kind of clear, so that we know more things about this Fredo digital kitchen skull. And it is right now no grams in there. If you wanted to get more measurement in there, I can get for some more like the liquids, including the cup. You can get for each gram right now is gram, and if you change it up, and here is the ounces. If you wanted to know for some more like the other ounces in there, so you can tell with this if you're getting a little bit more pressure on it. It is always getting with this one. Oh, so Nick said haven't done homemade pizza in years. Oh, really? It get more like X or something like that. That is what you also call it's kind of high price for that. So here got another way to use, and also for 300 gram of the, you know, with the, what is that, the cake flour, it is just getting connecting with around, let me check, around 30 grams of water, and also 300 gram of the egg that you put in it. You can using some more like the mixers to mix it up in here. At first, mixing it up. And also the perfect way that I like is that you can hold on this handle and then just trying to mixing it up to do like this. It's really good, and also it's always a nice way to get mixing up in here. And then you can changing it up with some, or if you remove it up in here, up in it. See, I know you so much. So changing it up in another one that if you're turning it on, so switching it all the way up in there too. That's why it will get really nice and really, really helpful in there at all times together. But if you wanted to, you can changing it all the way up. You can put it up in here. And also if you wanted to measure it out somewhere like the, you know what, somewhere like the apple, somewhere like the other fruits, you can still putting it up in here to know its entire measurement in there together. I will have pizza tomorrow. What kind of flavor will you have, like Nate? So you can get a lot more measurement in here to get for its highest max measurements. It is always to get together with the 5 kilograms in there. So it's always get able to handling it up with a Friday digital kitchen scope if you wanted to. You can changing it all the way up to helping it at all times to getting there with this Friday digital kitchen scope if you just like it. So if you do always like it in here, you can check on the carousel to see the details to get more measurement in here too. Just like it in here, and also just get able to, you know, to comment it up in there too. And then for some more like the other, you know what, the cooking stuff or maybe like the baking stuff, you need to, you know what, to stirring up in there too. Okay, it's a double pack. Wow, good to hear. Sounds probably delicious. So get here with another one, that is the KitchenAid mixers if you do a lot of more baking. And also you really need a lot of more things to stirring up in here. No matter if you're doing pancake, cake, or maybe, you know, it's doing somewhere like the cookies, or maybe, I remember the one time that I did for some cranberry cookies in there too. It is always get able to using it all the way up in there together. So it got its entire things to use. That is the way to have the KitchenAid mixers. It got so many attachments in here. And also you can get through with some more like the other tools that you need to handling at the top. Maybe some of the people get for some more like the noodles or something like that. Can get in it back. And also, you know what, you can get some cautions on the sides, which is unblocked before and instead we're moving parts. So do not turn it on at every time if you need to do that. And also you can have the 6 quarts capacity with this stainless steel mixing bowls. It's entire watts. It's 575 watts in here. It's the maximum. If you're using the highest speed, that it got 10 speeds. So you can check it on its another side. But if you wanted to, see, switching up in here, it changes for its different speeds. You can change it from the 0, 1, 2 to still get for the 10. So for some more like the cakes, you need not only to get slow time to get, you know, we're mixing it up, and also need for the fast time. So we use together with the KitchenAid mix. And also with this, see, with this down that you have the 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3 parts, which will holding it up really steady, so it will not getting able to get shaking it, or maybe it's falling down all the time. Even the table, if it is not steady, and also with this one, it will always get steady. And there have the handle, so that's fine. Putting it up in here. To get able to use with that KitchenAid mixers to using for its different speeds. And also with another side, still getting for somewhere like, you know what, the tops, no, I don't know, for maybe, for some suggestions like that. And also you can get in through with this one to get a lot more tools if you like to get in for the cake. And if like you're doing for some cakes, at last you need to mix in for some oil. Like I remember the first time when I'm making for some more, it is called like mayo. I'm not pretty sure it's what I made for some mayo myself, or maybe I'm doing something more which needs stirring quite a long time. I'm using for the handheld one, which is getting a long time, but even for my hands, I get really tired, even for 2 hours. But it's still getting really, not good taste for that. So it need a nice one stirring to getting, hot electric one to using it to help for it at all times to getting stirring with a lot of kitchen tools if you just need to do for that. So I have the KitchenAid mixers to getting for the electric one. This one will just be a really nice and fantastic tool. So using it up here, and also it's the one not so heavy, maybe a little bit heavier than that power station one, with 17 pounds around, but I can still lift it up. To get something heavier, it's okay. The only thing is that it needs to get a really good function for that. So except for the KitchenAid mixers, to getting a good thing to cook in here. For my favorite rice cooker. Yeah, my really favorite rice cooker with a Jessie-best rice cooker, these brands. It's such a perfect one, so getting a lot of more rice in there. So, it have a lot of more functions in there too, and also it's being able to using it all the way out there. Have the outlets in there too, so that you can plug it in here, and also to getting for all of its entire two sides. So that you can plug it in at first, you can change it all the way up in there together, and you can tell it is one and all of the meantime. See, this is the retracted cable, and just like the one I have already set for some cakes, if you do not even have some oven, you can have this one. This one can get for the cake, you have the cake melt. Yeah, but remember to brush the oil when you're just getting on this tank. Otherwise it's not getting, such a really good one for that. So if you are doing some like the other mode with the, white sushi rice, you know what to cook for some, with the white rice, to get for some more like the quick rice mode, mixed rice mode, and also to get for the porridge in there, and even to get for the, like the sweet rice, brown rice, cake, and even to get steam in there. There are all the ones, all the functions that it is already show up on the screen. But there are some of the hidden Easter eggs that you can find out, because I have ever used it for a lot more dishes except its origin use. And like for example, it shows up for that brown rice and need to cook for 110 minutes. But actually you can use this white sushi rice to using for that. For the brown rice you can soak in waters around, with 2 hours to 4 hours until it get kind of soft, and then cooking for that. So it will be good one to using that too, to have the Jessie-best rice cooker. To cooking up in here to get around 1 hour's cooking, it will be nice. And also the another one I have find out that I cook for some cola chicken wings, but I did not getting any pictures for that at the time. It looks really delicious on that. And also you can get for it some recipe that you need a little bit things for that. So for the steps you're using for the cola chicken wings, just like when you do something always into a stove or maybe like a frying pan as well. You can just, when handling for the cola chicken wings, and also after handling for this, putting in here, and then to get the cola over your chicken wings, and then get to do that. So it's fine. It's down to get for that Jessie-best rice cooker. Yeah, it did a really good job when you're ever using, when you're just changing all the time about do with that. So it always did such a really good job when you're doing with that Jessie-best rice cooker, or even when you want to do some like the big sweet potatoes. Then I have never tried to using it up in here, and it did not bad job. But the good thing is that you need to controlling its water. Otherwise at the bottom of here it's still getting a little bit wet, so it tastes okay. So need to find for the suitable waters in there to have the Jessie-best rice cooker you can have for that. If you want to get for the soya chicken legs, or maybe it's getting for another ones for that, you can always having it on here to using it at all times for that. So if you guys do always just like it in here, we can check on the camera result to see the details. So using it at all times together with the Joshua rice cooker if you guys just like it. And then you can change it all the time. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can check on the camera result to see the details, and also you can using it at all the time around. And also guys, do like to getting for some frying things. But it's always getting a lot of more calories that when we always have to eat for that, right? So that's why in recent days we normally have for some more like with for the air fryer. And also we still want to do another thing, that is to do some indoor grillings just at our home. So recently I find a very nice, very fantastic one that is to including for your indoor grill, and also to get as well like a air fryer that you can cook a lot more things like that. So let's get able to checking it out with this Cosmic Electric Smoke Plus air grill and also the air fryer. So let's get able to check for the air grill and also air fryer. It's changing it up at all times, and also it's saving up for around 80% of the oil if you're just cooking a lot more things for that. Yeah, the only thing with this, it's kind of heavy, so it's around 20 pounds when you're ever using a lot more things for that. So you can have this Foster one. It got a nice appearance to checking it to go always to have on its sides. It got a nice filter at the back. So can you check it up in here, and let's get able to stay with this one with this together. They have a really nice one get able to use. This is the one with the filter, which will get in, and also you want to we're looking for some more like a good air instead of some smoke in there at first. So you can changing it up in another one that is have a lot of more functions in that. You have the A mode in there too. That is ever being using and also changing for every mode. It is starting to using it up in there too. Okay, it's already the lowest height of this table. So we can checking it out with this Cosaway one that you have the top of here. You know what? Why it's so heavy? Because at top it get a hot for us. You get the way to always hitting it up. So you have the caution. Do not touch it for the with star faces in here. Hello, Smiler. Welcome back again to my live streaming. So you can get through with this one to cook a lot more things on that too if you just like it in here. And also to always need to really take care of this, especially not getting kids around in here. So you have a nice one to do with this. You also get some, notice when you're just placing up in here to put in front a little bit. In case maybe it's getting, falling back in here too. And you can have this one with a lot of things inside. Get a nice first attachments. I prefer it at all times because it will have the nice handle. By the way, always using for a nice tool if you're just starting to get a lot of more things on there. And also if you want to get for the grill, grillings always to get in here too, so that you can place in its free this pan at the bottom of here, and then to using for the grill, so that you can do two things together, and also you can get for its different matches to get for its different functions in there too. So if you do quite a lot more things in there, you can always get able to using up in there too. And also every function there are up of here. If you put it back, take care of this because it's kind of heavy for that. So if you need to use, and also if you need to handling it up in there too. Let's get to say with every functions in there again. So if you need to get every more functions in there, there is always a good one if you want to do somewhere like with freeze in here. And also changing it up with another, broil and also air grill, or maybe, for the air grill in here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 different levels to change and also to choosing it up. It's a good way to work with Alexa. It's kind of so smart to have Alexa to work together with, and also you can get for the timer if you wanted to, and also you want to know its entire recipe if you don't know what it is being able to use, and also getting to cook for that. To have this one while still getting such a really nice help for that too. It's such a large capacity that you are ever been using, and also with this one you can try and picking it up as well, so that you can use some more things to changing out for the future again. So they're still getting for the caution to not block vents, and also it's also getting some attentions in there too. So if you are just using this, the first thing I have to really mention is that take care of yourself, do not get hurt. And then starting to do a lot more recipes if you just wanted to, if you wanted to handle, if you wanted to doing up in here. Okay, really good to knowing that, and also definitely I will get for that. And also if you want to cook some other things, you will get a really nice job with this one too. So if you guys do always just like it, this one will be a really nice one. If you get for parties, if you get a lot of more teammates like that, if you get a lot of people that are always to go on there, with this Coster one will be a nice one. Definitely really, really great if you always work with Alexa. I'm not working with that so well, so it's okay for me to get the function work with Alexa, but you can always have it up in here. So do you always work with Alexa to have a lot of functions for that? This one will be a good tool you can go with, and also you can enjoy it at all times for that. So changing it at all times to using it at all the things on here, and then to get a lot of more food for that. If you even want to get some simple things, maybe like tarts, maybe like the with French fries, maybe like some more other food if you're wanting to, this one will still getting it really easy to use and also easy to handling it up at all of the meantime. So you can changing it up at all times for that, and also you can using it and all the things together to switching it up, and then you can have something more else to still keeping it using always in your kitchen if you wanted to. So if you wanted to do with that, then also you can have and another one to use. Wait a little second. At the bottom of here. Okay, it's fine. So here could have still having the one to use, and also you can get for something just in your kitchen as well. So you get such a really nice and helpful stuff that you get for the Pyrex measuring cup. This will have the nice measurement in here that you have a lot of, with qualities, and for a lot of measurement in there too. It's a smaller one, so it just catches for the proper measurement that reaches up for the 250 mils capacity in there at first. And then also you got something more else need to get, know all of its entire measurement in there, that you still have the 2 ounces of the weight of the liquid, and also changing up to the 8 ounces in there. It get a really nice and thick glass in there too. It got really thick, it got changing up in there too, and also you can lifting it up at all times together. So you can always get able to change, get able to have a lot of more cooks for that. Not to mention with this one, it's such a budget, it do not need to spend a lot of more for that. So you can hear it get a really nice and great materials in there too. You can get this glass material with no wood if you're getting some more like the other liquid in there. If you're just getting through on it, you can always have the Pyrex measuring cup to just help on you, and also to getting through a lot of more things on you together. If you even have something more else need to putting into the microwave, yeah, this one will be a nice container. So you can get to putting it into the microwave use, it's supportive. And also you can not getting it into the stovetop. So when you're just choosing, when you're just using using everything like that, you can still keeping to do with the Pyrex measuring cup in there too. And also another important thing, today I'm going to get for the, with grill, for the toast of the Smack toaster. So getting for the waffles, which is getting for the cocoa flavor waffles. It's super delicious. Let me just get able to show you. So welcome back, Nate. So you have the way to using it up, and also got changing up with this really nice and fantastic smack toaster if you're just stirring something more else need to handling it up. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can check in it all the way up in there to have the smack toaster. You can just feel on it. And also I'm going to get for the cocoa flavor waffles with this smack toaster. And you need a lot of things to handle. And it's just kind of easy to get in for a really nice toast in there too. So let's get able to check. Get able to using it up in here with a smack toaster with the top of the lid in here. You will get able to changing it all the way up in there too. And then switching it in another way that you have the top of here. If you need to do, you can always pop it up in here too and getting for its entire minutes. If you wanted to change, and also say I got this cocoa flavored waffles. You know what? It's super delicious. I have using this toast for 2 times. Wow, it's something really amazing. And also, you know what? I just find it's really helpful stuff in there too. So if you do always just lighting up in here, you can get in for this together and then changing it all the way up in here too. It's just delicious that you change this for its entire, like the minute up in here. Yeah, so that we can just getting able to do with that. Remember, if you're just moving up in here, this is the one we need to focusing it up in here too. So if you are just doing, you can getting able to using it up in here, you can getting through with this too. Together for the cocoa flavor waffles. And by the way, before my live stream, I already washed my hands. Okay, so do not need to worry about that. So again for the waffles, and also for 1 minute will just be okay. If for some of the waffles, when you see amount on the top, because some steams out of there, and then you starting to do with that. So let's just popping it out for 1 minute. So when we are just waiting for that, we can check on this video when we are just using for this. Smack toaster. Then I have a lot of things on that too. And also in the meantime, let me get for my fork as well. It needs the forks really well. So doing okay now, Jessie. Yeah, I'm so great right now. I'm able to get in for some cocoa flavor waffles that I get to do. And also when I put it on the side, I need to make sure it is not getting any dust. Okay, so getting through with this one at first. And also we can try so waiting for this. If you are just getting to have a lot of more things for that, you can get for the force button. You can get for somewhere like the hit button in there too. If you just need to handling it up, you can still get to use and also getting able to go through with this one together if you guys do just like it. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can check on the carousel to see the details and also using it at all the time around. And make sure it will not getting for the burning. Yeah, if it burns all the time. Yeah, I get already. Finish when I see some, see with this one. Let me check if it is already get for some more things like that. Yeah, so let's see. With the entire thing, it's not ever getting for some more, like some more like the burning in here and then waiting for 30 seconds till 1 minute. Why? It needs to get cold. So that finally after you get any kind of cold when you're tasting for that, it will get kind of crispy. And especially for the cocoa flavor, you do not need to get any change for that. With this Mac toaster, it is such a really nice stuff that I, cook for my waffles at every time. And at the bottom of here, then we get able to show you up in here so that is getting for this one. To getting for a capture and button, which is getting a lot of dust in here, so you will get able to using it all the time up in there too. So you can waiting for it. It's getting really hot. So just getting to taking care of this. And right now it's still getting kind of soft. I don't really like kind of too soft waffles if I just picking it for a try for them. So I need to waiting it kind of cold for it. If you're getting for the enough time, for the side, it's kind of brown, but it's not burning, it's not going to get in fire. It is just going to get a really nice and great flavor on there too. Oh, let's go my Aggo. So you like to getting for the Aggo waffles all the time. I did not getting any Aggo waffles because in my place there's nothing get to sell for that. So we can almost get able to try for that. Today it's still kind of soft. I guess I can get in it more a little bit time for that. Because this time it's kind of soft in here. You know what, I prefer the one which will getting it a little bit dry for that. And also get a little bit crispy for that too. And I will always need to focus on here. Because I'm worried if it is still, you know, when getting for some more like the smokes in there too, which is getting, you know what, making it a little bit more different. But anyway, it smells really good. Yeah, this is one is also get delicious, but you know what, not the one I expected for that. I like the smell. You know what, so you can have a lot of things for that. A little bit like this. This one should have toasted more times for this. So maybe after my live streaming, I will get in it again for that. Okay. I guess this time it will get okay for that. Hope this time, let's get success. You know what, I don't know why today it's not as crispy as I wanted to, but anyway, it's still delicious. So you can get through with this one to use and also to checking it at all the times to go through that. So if you guys do always just like getting in here, you can always have the smack toaster and also you can change it all the time up in there too. So you can peel with this, you can get in it really nice up in here too, and then to checking it at all times for that if you guys do really just like it in here. So you can just peel with us, you can get in here with this Mac toaster, and also if today is not success and then after my live streaming I'm going to get in another one for that. Yeah, I guess this one is more better. It's getting a little bit, you know, with a little bit more crispy to be like that, but not enough. Yeah, so today maybe getting for the wrong time. Setting for it, it depends on the, you know what, on the waffles at all times for that. So you can hear a little bit. Can you hear just now? It get a little bit crispy for that. It get delicious, and also if you get a little bit, even to getting a little bit colder, you know what? You can have more things to get for that too. So it is always a really nice one to use, and also you can hear it again to get on its sides. So you know what? It depends on how soft you just want it to, and also getting for the time for that. And this Mac toaster always does such a really good job for that. It's always okay. Yeah, but today it not reaches to here, or maybe on the side. On another side, maybe you'll get much more better with this side, I guess. So you can hear that. You can frying it to, you know, when get toasting for it to getting much more dry for that. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can get for this Mac toaster to using it at all times to getting switching on this one and all the things together. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can check on the carousel to see the details and also to using it at all of the times getting through with that. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can check on the carousel to see the details and also to get closing it up, make sure no dust. It is just getting enter into it. So just putting it at all times for that. So switching it for here and also using it together with this Mac toaster if you guys do just like it. So always have a Mac toaster, do a good one, and also you can get for some more like the juices in there too to get such you know, it's really tasty and also really nice one if you wanted to have and also wanted to on in here together. There's definitely a really great blender because it will just get up for its entire speed, no matter it's getting for the, you know, with slow speed from the speed 1 to the speed 10, and also, you know what, it's get such a professional one that you're getting for some more like the juices in there. You get a really nice and also really great one for this. Good to get for that. So here we'll always get, and also having the one to use and also getting through with this one together. So if you're just handling with and also you're getting through with this one together, you can get it up on here too. You can get for this handle at all of the meantime and also switching it in another way for that too. So you can get spinning up in here and another one for this one too if you're just liking up in there to together. You can get in it out of here. Now, so there just have the two parts, which will get in there really tight. Nice capacity and also the nice BPA-free plastic material, and also you can get through some smoothies. You can carry with it. Even it is the plastic material, but also it will get really thick, and it's really easy to washing for it. I remember in the last summer, I most of the time to using it to get for some with watermelon juice, and last time I even add some hair into it, but not getting any oil in there. So it did a good job with this one too. So using it on here and also changing it all the way up in there, so to have the really nice and great blender in here together. So it's always the way to changing up in here too. So switching up at all of the meantime, and also if getting for something more else, you can just putting it up on there. Yeah, if you wanted to getting inside, you have to spinning up right here. So make sure it will get really tight up in here. Make sure, and another side as well. So you have to do with that at first. So using it all the way up, and also to changing it for it. And another one, if you want to add something more else at the top of here, making it tight in here so until it got locked it down. So getting through such a professional blender will help yourself to getting, when maybe your families, you get your friends to go to your place, maybe way to getting a cup of really nice and really great juices in there. It will just be really great. So if you just do always like it in here, this one will be always a really nice tool if you're just using about. Changing it all the time about, and also switching it at all times. So if you guys do always just like it in here, you can have the really nice blender. You can just using on it at all times for that. And also it's a not so heavy blender so that you can lifting it up at all of the meantime. So if you're switching it up, you can have this one, and also if you wanted to get somewhere like the little stuffs, to find out for some little stuff too. With taking care for somewhere like the personal care, this one will always be not bad job. There just have the see with the Oral-B electric toothbrush, which is what I always call. So I don't know if you have ever heard about the it's the one which is called Y, D, and S. So and this is what we always get to say, and also we're always saying this is a really very awesome thing. So getting free electric toothbrush is just amazing. Yeah, because when sometimes to getting into an electric toothbrush, what we will need to find is always to get something which will still get really nice, to getting a great brushing always on here, and also have a lot more things to go on there too. So you have the Oral-B electric toothbrush. So getting your teeth cleaning at all times for that. So you can check in it on here with more details for that too. Then have the Oral-B electric toothbrush. This is my case. So you can tell this one I really have been using it in the past for a long time. To getting through in here. So you can get with this one, it's actually a spinning brush. So you can tell when this one is spinning, when you're turning it on, it will spinning up in there too. And with the brushes, it's really something soft. And it got some different kind of brushes in here, which is called like this. But I think maybe you guys have never heard about this. This is what we always called. Okay, so no problem, Smiler. See ya later, Smiler. So here I got always changing it up in there too. So switching it at all times to getting for its entire brushes in there too. And also we're getting back in here at all times together. And then you will be putting it on, so stocking in one and also two brushes in there together. And then another one to use is always to be up in here. So this is a good. And also you got a really nice, pressure sensor, which when you're pressing up a little bit on the back of here, it got a red LED light in here. If you're getting for this one, you were changing up in here too. So it's a no, it is not the same. Same thing in here, but you always did a really good job when we are always saying about that. So you can get through with this Oral-B electric toothbrush if you guys do always just liking up in here, and then changing it at all of the times to go through with that. And also take this case to go out for the traveling, to go out to another places for that. They did a really good job for that. And to take in another electric toothbrush that I got from Amazon recently, which is the Philips Sonicare Protective Electric Toothbrush, which is getting in here. So what are you talking about? About some emojis? I don't know about that. See, with this one, the Philips Sonicare Protective electric toothbrush, the one will have the night event speed if you are just controlling it properly. So you can only have 3 modes. This is kind of different. For the Orbi electric toothbrush, you have the 6 modes. Have the daily using gum care, sensitive mode, wider mode, deep cleaning mode, and the mode to clean your tongue. And with this one, it's get kind of, when more considerable with a different mode in there too. With these brushes, let's say with these brushes, you get something, what kind of smaller, get really elegant in here, and also you can touch this with this one too. You get really nice. You can check with tire shape. It's not getting all with the same height. It changes for its entire height to switching all in there too. And also starting to brushing your teeth with its different mode that have the